moments. I've seen more people, guests coming, arriving at this time. For those of you who already remain on seat waiting, thank you so much for your time. Today, and this very important gathering here at WAF Singapore, we were very proud to have all of our guests attending this event. We'll have the session break into two parts. The first part will have the RIBA 100 award ceremony, which will invite our winners to jump on the stage and have a group photos with cutting the red ribbon. It will take about 5 minutes, and then follow up by the second session part of our event will be a very engaging round table session with our very important and also driving force of the architecture arena in sustainabilities in China. So please enjoy. At the same time, we would like to invite the people, for all of our guests attending our ceremony, to come on the stage, and we'll have our group photo together and have the ceremony. Thank you so much. 现在邀请我们 RIBA 100地标的得奖者来请上台，谢谢。获奖者全部获奖者都有上台，非常感谢。昨天领奖的各位嘉宾全部都上台，谢谢。Good afternoon. Oh yes, I think it's. We would like to have you here. We are following in the Singaporean traditions, the red ribbon cutting ceremony. So we use the lucky number 6 to deliver the 6 Caesars for our guest. And also would like to invite Jen Pete, our distinguished guest, to jump on the stage in the middle to give us a very important initiation. Thank you. Jen, would you jump in the middle? Thank you. Thank you for your time, and would you allow me to do a quick countdown for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. 可以讲了，谢谢。Okay, we'll ask our panel members, the 6 members, to remain on the stage, continue our roundtable session. For the rest of our guests, please enjoy me a round of applause, and thank you everyone for this very important gathering. Thank you. 剩下的嘉宾我们可以移步到主台前两侧，然后剩下由我们第2个环节开始圆桌论坛。谢谢。I would like to give the microphone now pass to David to be our session chair for the round table. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Yeah, please have a seat for all experts. Oh, I'm sitting there. Huh? You sitting here? Okay. Okay, we start our panel discussion. So yesterday, I'm attending 3 panel discussions for within China, the urban landmark, right? Then today we turn to our topic. We focus on urban landmark other than China. So we invite our 5 experts, my panel members, and they will share their experiences and your personal idea for this topic. And we prepare 5 simple, interesting questions. I will address to maybe one of yours. And in the beginning, because we almost first time to meet, and for all the audience, then could you slightly introduce yourself and your experience and relate to the question? All right? So the first one. In the recent year, many Asian cities gained focus through landmarks such as cities of Thailand, Bangkok, Dubai, and Singapore. What do you think the difference in between the landmarks in those cities? So it's quite interesting question. And I'm supposed to have Mr. Zhou, you address this question.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm the technical president of the JSD, so I have to do a little bit homework for that. Actually, yes, I do some study, a little bit study for that. And I haven't conducted research the landmarks in these cities specifically. I find that Thailand and Singapore are living in a real moment, right? Dubai is exploring the future living. This is my thought, yeah. And this is the first difference, I think. Yeah. In recent years, the landmarks of the Thailand, and I remember the mechanical tower in Bangkok,
yeah.
They often appear online. It's often mentioned because of the architect Ocean Shun. We know him because of the CCTV, the challenger of the so difficult structure challenger. So I think the Shun do this, yeah. I think maybe the explore texture of the facade is the researching and practice of the urban renewal. Yeah. This is my a little bit thing. Singapore is the benchmark for green building and urban space development. And we're particularly proud of the swimming pool of the Marine Bay Sands Hotel upstairs,
yeah.
Which exemplify the trend towards the design public share space with a horizontal connection on the top of the building and 3 towers. In Chongqing, has 4 towers. Yeah. So Singapore, I think, lead the trend and is popular to set the recreation space, restaurant, conference room, sky lobby on the top or upper levels of the super high-rise building, and after the Marine Bay Sands Hotel. So I think Dubai's landmarks always exceeds our imagination with the world's tallest building, the world's largest artificial island, the world's largest ferry wheel, the world's largest shopping center, and compressed. If you count the modern construction that are worth recording in human history, the member of the Dubai's landmarks in undoubtedly, I think, the top of the world. So it is a report that this one, yeah, it's the construction of the Creek Harbor Tower has resumed with the astonishing height of the 3,000 meters. 3,000 meters. That means 1,000 meters and 300 meters high. I can't imagine the feeling when we are on the top of the building. But California is the 828 meters. For Chinese, this is a lucky number. I feel that the Dubai is constructing experiments for the future of the humanity, such as the migration, the plan to Mars. Actually, I feel that Dubai can bring us to the Mars. The challenge posed by the ultra-high, ultra-large, ultra-scale landscape building in Dubai to architects are promoting the ability of the development and improvement, such as the social responsibility, innovation, adaptation to the future development, and project management. So this is Dubai. Overall, the difference in landmarks among these Asian cities can be attributed the unique balance of the economy, culture, historical, and urban planning strategy in different cities. And you can feel the vibrancy and creativity of the city while also training his history and culture. I think the culture and the history, that's the second difference for that. So in practice, construction often needs to balance the society, economy, the market, construction costs, ongoing operation costs, and functions and site. In this balanced system, we have to find the positive effect of the building to the city, contain the environment-friendly, energy-saving, and sustainability. The construction of the landmark building should align with the urban planning goals. They can serve not only symbols and function space, but also as the social public space contributing to the urban environment. The three differences, but I want to talk about the same. I think in addition to the responsibility to build up the landmarks of city, I prefer the root of the landmark building's contribution in weaving the city. In Chinese, there's the 边际城市, the creating a social public space, forming a permeable urban space. Yeah. Based on the social and functional attributes, we found that the landmarks in Thailand, Singapore, and Dubai all focus on the creation of the shared urban space, enhance the vitality of the city, and promoting communication and interactions among people. Based on the new thought of the integration of the buildings and environments, utilizing the creative the design concept by vitality's means of the weaving the city, ensure the continuity and integrity of the urban texture. In these 3 days, more than 300 speeches, I can feel that the architects, we all follow the three primary principles. I think this contained in the environmental friendly, energy saving, and sustainability. This is the difference and the same. That's my option. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Zhou. That you're sharing a lot of landmark in Asian cities, not only outside of China, you're including in Chongqing anywhere else. But
Yeah,
that's great. And my opinion is the landmark buildings as showing the ambition of the city, especially in Asia. This is the most vibrant area in economic. So in future, we expecting more and more landmark buildings in the major cities come out, and we probably have chance to be involved in this design, project management, whatever things we can do. And the second question I supposed to address to Mr. Ren. This is a professor in the Tongji University, and do you have any experience in building urban landmark in Asia or maybe somewhere else other than China? And how would you think about this experience? Can you share with us about that one?
Okay, thank you. Actually, I haven't any design experience in other Asian country, but in African, we have designed some buildings, probably landmark building for African Union, which is located in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. It was 2007.
So 7.
Yeah, the Chinese government has held a design competition among 40 Chinese architecture design offices. And finally, Tongji TJAD has won this competition, and we got this design. From that time, we have many trips to Ethiopia, and finally in 2012, we finished this project. This project actually got many international recognition, and we got many awards from national award and international award.
That's great.
In 2022, we got the CTBH 10 years excellence award. That means after 10 years, we reevaluate this building, and we found it's very excellent to got this award. From this design, it's actually a very exciting experience. We think about, I think, a very important 3 points. The first point is that we should, to think about the spatial value for the country, for the original culture and for original art, to establish the spatial narrative for the country. I mean, at the very beginning, we have a very different design, but the African people, they have their own value, even in art, in culture. So we change our mind to do something from the inspiration of the original African, architecture and the African culture to got this approach. This is the second consideration. The second consideration is that we should, have a composition and highly efficient connected, system to construct, to build the vertical city. I think this is a high-rise building. We have this strategy to form this vertical city. Mm-hmm. The third one is that we should consider about the healthy and the safe and resilient, space environment.
That's right.
I'm very proud to see that in this building, we have almost 70% of the public space. We don't need any artificial lighting, ventilation. Almost all the space of working space, we have natural, ventilation without air conditioning. So it's very good for the, energy saving and for sustainable development.
Yeah.
And that's my experience.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ren. And Mr. Ren is raised a very good point that if our architect in China, if we extending our experience outside of China to build a building, good architecture, not only for landmark in Asia City or the other Africa, the buildings, that we face a great challenge. Even though in China, our building speed, building technologies, and materials, we are so dramatic, good. But over there, in the not really developed area, that we need to overcome those difficulties. And to looking after the local culture, history, building capability, whatever things we need to concern a lot. So even my company, Andrew and me, Sanders Design, we do quite some projects in the Vietnam, Laos, South Africa. We also did, even in the Dubai, we do a Pearl Museum. But anyway, so we face exactly the same problems as what you do. But we try our best to do the best, okay? So we raise to the next question. The third one, which urban landmark built in Asia City do you think is the most impressive? 就是我想 address to Mr. 黄惠明就是过去一段时间里面10多年里面有最让你心动的、最吸引你的那个地标的建筑在亚洲，你可以跟我们分享吗
？Okay, I'm sorry, I speak Chinese. Then please, Mr. Zhang, to translate for me. 实际上，作为我个人来说，我非常关注这个整个建筑的一个场景的一个设计。我觉得一个场景，一个好的场景，让人留下深刻印象的场景，可能是在我应该说是令人动容的，或者说印象最深刻的。比如说今天可能所有的嘉宾里面，就我讲汉语，或者我讲那个中文，没有讲英文，可能对于大家来说，今天这个场景也是很能令人印象深刻的。说到一个地标建筑怎么样，什么样的一个建筑对我是印象最深刻的？我觉得就是在北京举办冬奥会的时候，就是一个整个就是滑雪的一个大跳台。我不知道大家有没有印象，就是它的背景是一个，就是从一个工业渔村里面改造过来的，它背后是一个很大的 很大的一个塔烟囱，就是说这种塔，我觉得就是和我们滑雪的时候在跳台的时候，这种运动员和这种工业遗存之间的这种关系，我觉得给人留下非常深刻的印象啊。这。
Well, basically talking about, repeat the question again, what is the most important, impressive landmark for your projects? They said it is the Beijing Big Jump Air during the Beijing Winter Olympic Game, whereas this is the very important regeneration projects in the old factory industry area plot that you actually has to see this kind of like a sloping that will give these athletes a different kind of like experience, where actually the symmetries are all, factories are all behind of you. So he thinks that's important thing about landmark is giving people experience of the space. Thank you.
那个今年刚好在杭州举办亚运会，我也非常荣幸，在杭州总共有56个场馆，其中新建是12个。我也有幸设计了其中的一座，这个项目刚好处在一个相对这个比较非常有历史文化底蕴深厚的这么一个地方，它是旁边是一个采石矿留下来的这么一个应该说遗存，和周边是非常多的一个老的一些居民，然后这个因为我设计的这个叫攀岩馆，这个攀岩是可能在亚运会里面也是第2次进入亚运会，但是所有的比赛这种国际型的赛事都是临时场馆。那我这次设计是要要建设一个永久性的场馆，是一个从0到1的一个过程。
So he did one of the very most engaging architecture projects this year is for the Asian Games in Hangzhou. There are more than 56 Asian Games stadiums and projects in the city of Hangzhou. He is privileged to complete one climbing center in the downtown and the rural skirt area, but it's actually in the context of mining.
在这个过程设计当中，也是一个比较大胆的一个设计，就是把整个建筑是做成一个非常开放型的一个场馆。把这个就是刚才说的，就是整个历史遗迹的这个非常有中国特色的这种山体的这个石头的一个山峰，然后把它融入在我们的场馆当中来，在这种时候也是形成了一个非常特别的场景。第一个场景就是我们的运动员，我们的在这里面一些技术官员，包括我们的观众，都能够非常近距离的去感受这个我们中国山水的优美，以及这种运动员这种极限的运动和我们这种非常古老的岩背，也是形成了非常强烈的对比，也是应该说给各国的运动员、亚洲所有的一些运动员，包括技术官员留下了非常深刻的印象。
How to create a dialogue between old and new, and especially for the new function within this city in the old preserved area, is trying the best to coordinate and to let the architecture buildings melted into the local context so that can give the athlete a new experience.
第二个场景呢，在这个场馆当中呢，就是是一个升旗场景的设计。我认为在这种国际型的赛事里面，这种整个升旗的场景是非常重要的，因为所有的人在看电视直播的时候，在后来的留下来的一些照片过程当中，可能就是在夺冠的那一刻升起自己国家的国旗的时候，这种场景会非常印象深刻。所以在这个过程当中，我们在场地里保留了原有的整个大的石头，以及和背后这个山峰最好的，就是说最亮丽的一个山峰和我们的整个升旗台它是结合起来的，就是我们在升旗的时候，在所有的国旗从这升起来的时候，和背后整个山体是融为一体的。应该说充分把我们中国的山水文化和我们的运动场景整个很好的融合起来，在展现了我们中国山水的它独特的魅力。在杭州亚运会56个场馆当中，这个整个在我们的央视和这种就是中外的媒体，就是对于 建筑设计场馆报道最多的也是这个场馆，应该说也是非常荣幸，谢谢。
Finally, as an architect, we have to think about audience, especially in today's internet users, especially in China. There's a huge population. We have to focus on the sceneries, for example, that during the ceremony of the flagging, that how to kind of preserve your identity, especially, you kind of like coexist with the landscape, architecture, and people. That brings a lot of importance to the scenery that you create as an architect.
好的，这就是我对这种地标建筑的一个理解，谢谢。
This is my understanding to landmark. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Huang. For the past decades, there are many chances for the landmark buildings in China, but I think the following decades that will be slower. So probably we should move to other Asian cities and somewhere else. We lead to next question: that if there's a new opportunity, which Asian city will you pick to practice your design for landmark buildings? So I would have Annie to share with us through your experiences.
I have to say that's such a tough questions and such a lovely questions for any architect that can pick a city to design your building. And if I have to say that for a dream come true to design a landmark building would be Japan, if possible.
Oh, really?
And also, if I get a second chance, it will be Bali. The reason why I chose the two places is that Japan, as a representative of a very modern Asian country, has many interesting history. A bit similar like some part of the China history, but also has developed and has quite influenced by the Western culture. So to be able to design, I wouldn't say a landmark, but to be able to design a building over there, which our studio has developed one about like 10 years ago, which is a very small building, 3 floors, and it serves very multiple function. Anyone who has been to Japan must know that the land values and the intensity of each room size. So I think that would be a very interesting city to be able to explore and develop a project. And the other reason why I said Bali is because recently we are working closely with our structural engineer, Atelier 10 and Atelier 1, focus on sustainabilities. And we're developing and trying to bring more sustainable material to the building. And Bali is one place that currently, with our engineer, we are trying to use bamboo as a material to develop buildings. Atelier 10 founder Neil Thomas recently did a podcast regarding using bamboo as a material, which is very interesting. And we are exploring together, hopefully that we can do something in Bali. But other than the two cities, I would say that as a studio and me personally have developed and worked on many different projects in different cities of China. I wouldn't say, I think it's quite hard to say what is a landmark building. I think everybody will pick their own landmark building. Everybody has their own favorite.
You're right.
But I think a landmark building must capture a spirit of the people of the city and the people who will use it. Our projects, which is recognized by RIBA, Pittsburgh Fashion Center, I think the reason why we will think it is maybe God owner is because the people actually using the building love it so much. And it'll be used in so many different occasions. We recently had one of the fashion show was hosting there. There was a TV series made there. There was a movie made there. There was a music competition made there. There was even a dating kind of like meet-up was put on the rooftop. So I think in a sense that people can use most of the building and really love the building and feel the building really represent the spirit of the city and also the company. I think that, in my mind, is a landmark. So if I got a chance to develop another one of that in either Japan or Bali, that would be a dream come true. But I work hard for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great experience. Architects are always looking for a chance to, I believe in any kind of city, you will, if you really discover the history, culture, living styles, if you stay longer, that will impress you. So this question actually is hard to answer is which city. Actually, many cities.
Yes.
I believe for me, I stay in Singapore 30 years. So, but I was junior architect doing a lot of projects, but nothing can be say to be a landmark. But if for me, I really want to have my dream to have a great building here as a landmark, but this is just a dream anyway. So we go into the last question that, could you have some comments on the future of urban landmark in Asia City? So it's talking about the 亚洲建筑的未来. So I would have Professor Zhou to have some comments and experience shared to us, please.
谢谢啊，就是我呢，首先介绍，我是一个能源电力工作者。那么现在我们正在跟我们的中建工程的原研大师一起在合作研究零态建筑。就是我们想，就是作为未来的建筑，我们在研究这个问题的前提，我们有个前提条件，第一就是人类社会的发展历史，其实是对能源的利用范式的演进史。同时也是城市的发展变化史。就今天所有现代的城市建筑，都是通过能源的转换而来的，没有一样建筑不是用能源转换而来的。所以我们说，今天要研究城市的地标的可持续发展的建筑，应该密切的关注这个核心的关键的指标，也就要零碳。这个建筑，现在张总翻译一下。
Professor from Tsinghua University, I work in the energy sector, and talking about the future of Asian landmark in terms of sustainability, the importance is that architecture, partly going back in the history, come from resource energies. It is from the natural and for the natural. So in this going from the future, we have to think into account the collective approach about how to use this dialogue created between this energy and natural environment.
那么当前这种经济社会或者是城市发展面临的最大问题就是环境问题，就气候变化造成的极端的气候灾害以及频繁的自然灾害很多。那么今年呢，其实是已经是从联合国中发布的信息来讲，今年是全球气候变化就是最难的这个一年，就2023年，这个数字已经可以公布了。今年世界气象卫生组织公布的，今年是最热的一年。那么在这种情况下，就是说粮食会减产，气候灾害会增加，所以我们的城市要实现可持续发展，是必须关注这个气候变化问题。而这气候变化问题，经巴黎气候协议已经184个国家接受，并且开始朝着碳达峰、碳中和的目标在努力了。那么我们在中国的建筑的统计上，2018年中国的建筑全构成的建筑，这整个中国建筑碳排放的51.3%，2020年是达到50点几，就是尽管在下降，但是它的比重超越了50%以上，所以我们作为建筑师，是否应该去考虑，是如果你认为这个建筑是可持续的，是一个地标性的，那么我们建筑师应当努力去朝着这个核心的碳中和这个建筑去思考这个问题。
According to the United Nations statistics, this year we are under a state of crisis in terms of climate change. So to cope with this challenge, we need to think about, as an architect, what we do is pursuing the zero carbon initiations. To do more architectural practice, thinking about sustainability, we have to aim for net zero carbon approach. So for example, there's a data showing that there is a sliding down decline in carbon emission in Chinese architectural practicing, but we still have these responsibilities and duties going forward in the future to carry on this important work. And I think David could give this conclusion ready for this sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. And then through this conversation that I realized that the architect, first of all, I need to thank RIBA that bring our architects to be this conversation. That RIBA is a Royal Institute of British Architects, but for me, the RIBA to me, the other stands for that through this conversation, we have plenty of the social responsibility, not only for the building design, aesthetic concern, but we also need to looking after sustainability, the human behavior, environment, green environment, new technology, for future is open AI or whatever things. So architect, we need to think independently. And what we need to do is so much beyond architecture itself. That's what I'm concluding for this conversation. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.